Hello, my friends. It is about 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in Markham, Ontario, Canada. I always feel like it's just my head. I don't, sorry about that. I don't mean to look discombobulated. I don't know why it's like that. Anyway, hopefully you guys will all find me. I know that I'm normally in my Facebook page. But today I thought, because there's so much I want to share and so much I want to do and I want to interact with you guys, and there's just a lot to share. So I thought it would be easier in the group because I can, after the Facebook Live portion, I can still post other things. So hopefully our friends can all find us. Oh, good. Donna's here. Brenda, Betty, Rebecca. Hey, hi, Aviva. Great, we're going to have a good time at this party. So a stamping Facebook party just means that there's going to be interaction, there's going to be a chance for prizes, and there's going to be lots of inspiration. So whether you're here for the first time or whether you've been hanging out and stamping with me for years, you are all welcome. So while we're getting started and waiting for people to join on, now is the perfect time. Oh, Joanne's already got the moves here. Maybe you want to introduce yourself. Let me know where you're from. And let me know if you consider yourself a beginner or a casual or an avid crafter. Okay, so let me know. Just introduce yourself. I wanted to make it a little more interactive because it's a party. In case you didn't know, each week on Tuesday around 2 p.m. Eastern, I always go live on my Facebook page just to share one project or so and share what's going on in the Stampin' for Fun world. But yes, today I thought we would do more. So I've got a whole lot of things lined up here. My table is full with all these things I want to show you and talk to you about and share with you. So go ahead and introduce yourself. I'll tell you a little bit about myself in case you're brand new to my group. I saw that several people shared. So hopefully we have some new friends as well. My name is Genevieve Coe, and I am living in Markham, Ontario, Canada. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator now for over 13 years. We're probably getting close to 13 and a half years now. And I started not to run a business, not to, I had no plans of earning an income from it. I was really interested in getting some time for myself because I had 3 young children, and any of you who have had or have young children, you know that finding time for yourself is really tricky. So once I was introduced to stamping at a home party, our pastor's wife invited me over for a girls' time, and I couldn't believe what I made. I felt so creative. I couldn't believe it, because you have to know that I am not a naturally creative person. Definitely not. Possibly in elementary school, I'm pretty sure I failed art. Although in those days they didn't call it failing. I think they just marked me below grade or whatever the little tick box was. So in case you think I've been able to enjoy my stamping journey because I'm super creative, that is not the case at all. I've kind of grown into it because at the first party I went to, I was just blown away that I could make something so cute. And I didn't know how that happened or why that happened, but it came to dawn on me a little while later that it was the wonderful Stampin' Up! Products that made everything come together, everything coordinated really nicely, and you didn't need a whole lot of skill. As long as I could look on the internet for ideas and I bought some product, then I was ready to rumble. So that's what kind of took me off on my real love of creating. Before I had been introduced to Stampin' Up!, I was doing scrapbooking because I had young children and I wanted to kind of preserve the memories that we had, preserve the, all those little growth milestones. So I was doing some scrapbooking. So I knew I enjoyed playing with paper. But it wasn't until I was introduced to Stampin' Up! That I found how easy it was that things could come together. Hi, Jan. Great. We've got lots of friends joining us now. So hopefully you got a little bit of an introduction from me. And so since then, since I started 13 and a half years ago, I bought the starter kit strictly for the discount and for the deal and to get a bunch of things at a good price. But since then, I've discovered it's so much more than just the starter kit, just so much more than a deal. Of course, that is a wonderful reason to get the starter kit. If any of you have a wish list like this, definitely the starter kit is the way to go. But I discovered friendships. I discovered inspiration and creativity. So definitely the friendships are a big part of it. I've made some friends all around the world that I know I never would have met otherwise. And just friends that can really relate to my hobby and something that I enjoy. So it's really great to have friends to carry along the journey with me. And since that time, I've built a team of stampers. We like to stamp together, and I call them my Team Stick Stampers. So any of you that purchase the starter kit directly from me will be part of my Team Stick Stampers, and I have extra special perks for you guys. So definitely keep that in mind as well. And that's been one of the biggest learning experiences, but also blessings in my life, is the Team Stick Stampers. I'm sure there's a few of them out there today. Hello, Team Stick Stampers. Okay, so hi, Sylvia. Sylvia's joined us too. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so let me tell you how the party is going to work. So you guys can keep introducing yourselves. Tell me where you're from. Let me know if you're a beginner, casual, or avid stamper. But I want to give you kind of an idea of how the party is going to work. It is a Facebook party, so everything will be in this Facebook group. And but we got to have prizes, we got to have games, right? So let me tell you what I've got happening. First of all, pinned at the top of the group, I put an announcement there that lists kind of the things you need to know. So first thing you need to know is that this party runs from today, today is Friday, sorry, I was going to say Friday, whoa, Tuesday, February the 23rd. So the party runs from Tuesday, February the 23rd until Saturday, February the 27th. Okay, so let your friends know. Keep sharing this video. This is a public group, so you can go ahead. I'm assuming there's a share button that you can share, and so that way other people will have time to join the party as well. Anybody who shares this video, I have a little prize to give away to raffle off. So you do have to let me know that you're sharing, because I can't automatically tell. I don't think Facebook automatically lets me know who shared, especially if we're not like Facebook friends. So just write in the comments that you've shared this video. You can share it on your personal timeline. You can share it into a crafting group you're part of, or a social group you're part of. I just love to share stamping and creativity at this time. I think it'll really encourage people, especially so many people that we're kind of all at home and looking for some excitement. So I'm hoping this will be some excitement for you guys. Yep, just let me know. Pamela's got the right idea. Just let me know in the comments that you have shared, and then I will enter you into a drawing for, I tried to put everything near me here, for the press on stamp set. Yes, okay. So this is a really cute stamp set that could be used all year round. Who doesn't need stamps of warm beverages and cups and all those good things? So all you have to do is share this video and let me know that you've shared, and I can enter you into that drawing. Okay, and then, so that's one prize. The other prize that I've got to give away is this sweet sampler stamp set. I don't know if you've seen it, but this is a host exclusive stamp set. So it's not easy to get your hands on this one. And why it's called Sweet Sampler is because it shows, it's got different images, not exactly the same, but they all speak to kind of a few of the different suites in the catalog. So you can see there's the Dragonfly Garden, Sand and Sea, the Hydrangea Haven. Okay, so if you are interested in filling out the door prize form, this will be the prize for the door prize form. Okay, and so how you fill out the door prize form, it is an electronic door prize form. Right at the top of the Facebook group, I pinned an announcement, and in that post, it has a link for the door prize form. And that's the place where you can let me know. I mean, maybe do it after you've watched the party, because one of the questions is, what did you like about the party? So, but that's also the place if you want to be on my email newsletter list, you can let me know there. If you're interested in doing your own stamping social, you can let me know there. So that is the door prize. Okay, great. I love to see everyone sharing, because it's such a positive thing to be able to take stamping and to share it with others and to bring a little happy crafting during this time. Okay, so that's the other thing I wanted to let you know. And then, okay, so maybe I will flip my camera over now and I'll tell you the rest of what to expect. Okay, I'm actually really excited. I mean, I'm always excited to stamp and connect with you guys, but all week I was looking forward to this, and I was like thinking of ideas, but of course everything didn't come together until today, because when you have so many ideas, you kind of have to like narrow them down to what we're going to do today. So yay, Debbie found me. I know. Everybody's probably sitting on my page going, where's Genevieve? She's always here on Tuesday. So hopefully people can find me here. Okay, so let's flip this baby over. Hopefully we can get it onto my mount here. Okay, there we go. Let's turn on some light. Okay, we've still got new friends joining us, so let me know where you're from and your crafting experience. Okay, so proud of me. I have my glasses here and everything. Okay, so things to know about the Facebook party before I dive into the stamping. Okay, so I already mentioned the door prize form, right? Fill out the door prize form and you'll get a chance to win the Sweet Sampler stamp set. Okay, and then, okay, this is a Saleabration finale party. Saleabration finale. Saleabration is pretty much one of the biggest promotions that Stampin' Up! Does. And it's ending. February the 28th is the last day, and I don't want anyone to wait till the last day to take advantage, because what if there's technology problems or something? So that's why I'm doing our Saleabration finale party today. It runs until Saturday, and as you know, when you place an order of $60 during Saleabration, you get a free gift. You get a free gift valued at around $20, and it is exclusive products just for this Saleabration. But just during this party, you're actually going to get double Saleabration items. What? Crazy. How are you going to get double Saleabration items? Let me show you, my friends. Let me show you how you're going to get double. I'm going to have to turn on the light to show you guys. But look over here. Okay, for those of you that get dizzy, maybe close your eyes a second. Okay, look over here. Oh, I always have my stuff on the floor. These are the extra Saleabration items that I have in my craft cave. So that's how I'm going to give you extra double Saleabration items only as a part of this party. Sorry, I'm trying to walk slow so I don't make people dizzy. I get vertigo really easily, so I am sensitive to not doing anything too crazy. Okay, so whatever, all orders minimum $60 will receive double Saleabration items while supplies last. So you can see I've only got what I've got in those boxes. So say, for example, you place a $60 order and you choose the Darling Donkeys as your freebie. Just email me what your second item, what you want your second item to be, and I'll dig it out from my box and put it in the mail for you. Okay, so that is one of the perks of this party. So in order to take advantage of this, you must shop during this party. Okay, this party ends on Saturday, remember. I don't like to go right to the last day, the 28th. That's too stressful. So it's going to end on Saturday, the 27th. Now, just remember, I always have an online ordering special. So In February, the online ordering special is if your order is $60 or more, you'll also receive a free package of the vellum doilies. I've been talking about that all month, so those of you who always tune in should not be surprised about that. So you can double dip. You can get the online ordering special, plus you can get the party special of the double items. Okay, on top of that, I have a party special that anyone that decides to become a Stampin' for Fun Club member, or basically if you decide to become a Stampin' for Fun Club member, you'll receive a free package of the Oso Ombre DSP. Okay, so that is a good reason to join Stampin' for Fun Club membership. My club members get lots of perks. They get two extra tutorials per month. They get a free technique class each month. They get a 20% off one-time use coupon as a club member. They also get $10 off Stamp Camp. And throughout the year, I give them every now and then little special gifts. So just so that you can get a taste of what it's like to be a Stampin' for Fun Club member, if you decide to join, I'll be giving you a free package of DSP. Okay, as I mentioned, the party is going to go on until Saturday. So I want to thank those of you who are early birds. Okay, so place your order by midnight tomorrow night, Wednesday, February the 24th, and I will also send you the card kits for the party cards that I'm going to show you today. Okay, so that's an extra early bird special. So I hope you're excited because this Facebook party has a lot of different perks. Now, these perks are only available to Canadians because you're only able to place orders if you're Canadian. You can shop directly on my online store, genevieve.stampinup.net, or you can just message me. You can message me on Facebook, you can email me, you can text me. In the pinned announcement at the top of the Facebook group, there is a link that you can click and has all the links. It has a joining link, it has a shopping link, it has a visit my blog link, all sorts of links there. Okay, so you can check that out. So those are the things to know for the Facebook party. Does anyone have any questions so far? Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so I told you about that. I'm just checking my list to try to make sure. Okay, so how the party's going to work is that I am going to stamp projects and share projects about Saleabration because it's a Saleabration finale and this sale is going to end very soon, so we don't want to miss a thing. So I'm going to be stamping 4 projects, and how I got this idea is I wanted to show you my 4 favorite Saleabration items. So the things that I'm stamping with are going to be my 4 favorite Saleabration items. It doesn't mean the other Saleabration items aren't lovely, but I decided, everybody has their favorites, not with children. I don't have favorite children, but I do have favorite Saleabration items. Let me grab the brochure so that I can show you. Okay, so this is the brochure. So as you can see, it ends February 28th. Okay. And with the shopping portion of Saleabration, so Saleabration has perks for shopping, for hosting, and for joining. Okay, joining my Team Stick Stampers. So I'm going to go over all 3 aspects of Saleabration briefly because I know people have been sharing this video and some of you may be new. I want to make sure you understand the 3 portions of Saleabration, and then we'll dive right in. Okay, so portion number 1 is the shopping portion. So I already mentioned it because it's one of the most popular things to take advantage of is every $60 order will get you a free item. So for example, the Paper Blooms is a free item. Darling Donkey stamp set, free item. Okay, so normally a stamp set like this would be like $25 or so. You can get it absolutely free if you place a $60 order. But during the Facebook party, you can actually choose 2 items. Okay, one will be sent to you from Stampin' Up and one will be from my box here. Okay, so I think I already covered the shopping special. The other one is the Join the Fun special. So anybody who wants to, let's see, is there, yep. Okay, anyone who wants to join the fun of the Stampin' Up! Family, you get discounts because all your future purchases, you'll get the discounted price. You'll get to be part of a really fun community. For example, my team, we meet every month to do stamping and talk about stamping, and we do card swaps. And it's a great value. So if you've got a wish list, it's a great value. It's only $135. You get to pick $165 of whatever you want. No shipping, no shipping. And if you're in Ontario, many of the provinces don't even charge tax on the starter kit. So it's a great deal. And during Saleabration only, you get all these gorgeous designer series papers. Okay, so 5 full packs. That's an additional $80 in value. And you might be saying to yourself, I have enough paper. I have lots of paper. I don't need more paper. But first of all, let me tell you, this is Stampin' Up! Paper, so the quality is exceptional. The second thing about it is that it's color coordinated. It matches with the color families. And so that is going to help your crafting a whole lot to have stuff match. Okay, and then the last part of the Saleabration bonus is the free Punch Party stamp set. Those of you who have been hanging out with me, I think saw maybe in January, I think it was, that I did a whole month showcasing the Punch Party stamp set and all the great things that it can do. So to get this free, you need to place an order of at least $375. You'll get it free. Basically, you're a party on your own, or you can collect orders from your friends. And just as long as all the orders together get to $375, you will get this stamp set free. And if you want to have me do a Stampin' Social for you, I am happy to. I have some extra Punch Party stamp sets. So, oops, this is upside down. I have some extra Punch Party stamp sets. So if during this party you pencil in with me a Stampin' Social date where I will, I can send packets to your friends. We do it all virtually. I'm actually getting pretty smooth with them now. I've been doing quite a few of them. So we just meet over Zoom and we do your own private class, private Stampin' class, and you can earn free things. So if your wish list is bigger than your budget, then host a Stampin' Social, and I'll see what I can do about getting your stamps for free, and I will reserve a Punch Party stamp set just for you. Okay, so are we ready to get started? How I'm going to do things is that, as I said, I picked my 4 favorites, and I'm going to kind of go also in level of difficulty. So the first card I'm going to do, I would call it a sweet and simple card. Sweet and simple. Even though I've been crafting for quite a while, and several of you put that you were kind of avid crafters, I bet you will still love this card because there's something so satisfying about sweet and simple. Those of you who are brand new, I want to show you how easy stamping is. Okay, so don't forget, if you're just tuning in, don't be shy to introduce yourself. And also don't forget, when you share this video, now you have to let me know that you're sharing it. I can enter you into a drawing for the free press-on stamp set. Okay, because I love to share stamping with new people. Go ahead and share the video so that others can be inspired as well. So all we do to make a card is take a sheet of cardstock and cut it in half. So this is our basic white thick. I've cut it in half at 5.5 inches, and I'm going to score it at 4.25 inches. Okay. Oh, great. Perfect, Sarah. Yeah, I'm glad you let me know, because then I can enter you into the drawing. Okay, so Sarah, I think you might be a little bit new to stamping, so this is a perfect demonstration for you. So that is how we make the card base. So that's why I think card making is such an economical hobby as well, because one sheet of cardstock will pretty much make you 2 cards. So I'm going to put this one away. And then I'm going to get another layer of white. And what I'm going to do after the party, oh, sure, Kathy, I can do that for you. If I forget, can you remind me at the end, Kathy? I'm always telling Kathy, remind me. She's always got great questions. She's asking to see the Hey Chick promotion, which I actually hadn't planned to talk about today, but definitely remind me and I can show you. Okay, don't worry, Sarah. If you have to go, then you can watch the replay afterwards. Okay, so I've cut my card base. I'm now going to cut a layer because I feel like layering is one of the easiest ways to add a bit of pop and wow to your project. So I'm cutting a layer just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I call this card Sweet and Simple, or I can also call it a SIP card, S-I-P, because we're just going to use stamps, ink, and paper. So for those of you that are new, I recommend that you take a SIP, S-I-P. So paper, we've got the paper. We know how to cut it now. This is a very crucial tool. I am going to post a supply list for all the projects that I'm showing today. I'll post it at the end of the party, but I don't think I put the trimmer on the supply list because this is actually basic. You need a trimmer, okay? Stampin' Up! does sell this trimmer. Oh, you know what? I didn't even take the protective cover off, but I use it all the time. I just noticed all these. So if you don't have a trimmer, definitely add it to your order. And plus, it'll help you to get to the $60, so you get the double Saleabration rewards as part of the party. Okay, we're going to do some stamping. Stamping is so easy. This is called the Ornate Style Stamp Set. So Stampin' Up! Has so many different stamps, like you have no idea. So if this design doesn't float your boat, don't worry. I'm sure you'll find something that does because they have so many stamps. And these are rubber stamps. We have ones that are photopolymer, but this one's rubber, okay? And the great thing about Stampin' Up! Stamps is that they are stored in this thin, space-saving case. And so it makes it easy to, it's basically the size of like a DVD case or whatever, so you can just keep it on your shelf. And the other great thing about Stampin' Up! Stamps is that Stampin' Up! Manufactures it themselves in their own warehouse, their own manufacturing plant, so they can really control the quality. So I don't know if you can see that the image that we're going to stamp is really deeply etched into the rubber. That's a really great quality because it will help the image come out to be crisp and clear. As well, Stampin' Up! Die cuts the image. Die cuts the rubber to the image. So you don't have these like large pieces of rubber or plastic or whatever muddying up your image. It's just cut to the image, which is fantastic. Okay, and they have their own artists. So this is why I can get by with no artistic talent, because I don't need to draw anything. Stampin' Up! Hires their own artistic staff to create these images for us. Yay! So the artists can do their beautiful work and I just get to play. Okay, so this is almost like a big bouquet of flowers. I am going to stamp off. I'm using the petal pink. Actually, I might not need to stamp off. Let's try it. So I'm inking it up. Our ink pads come in a lot of unique colors and they all have names. So this one I'm using is petal pink. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp the image right in the center. All you have to do is go straight down and straight up. Can you see the detail in that image? That is quality Stampin' Up! Stamps. Okay. Oh, good. Louise has the set, never used it. Yep, it's all about inking up your stamps and playing with them. Okay, so we are done with that stamp set. This one's called Ornate Style. And to clean it, I'm just going to use, I think just for a quick clean, I like to use our little chamois. Give it a little wipe and then put it away. Okay, so that was with the petal pink ink. And Stampin' Up! Ink pads are very unique as well because of the way they open and close. You'll see that when they're resting, the ink hangs upside down. that really helps the ink pad to stay juicy. You don't run into a lot of problems of the ink pad drying out super quickly because they're really well juiced up, and the design of the case is really great. Plus, you never lose the lid because it's kind of all attached. Okay, so here's introducing my first favorite. I said I was going to stamp with 4 of my favorites. And I am going, here's my first favorite Saleabration item. It's the Heal Your Heart stamp set. So during Saleabration, it is absolutely free. Okay, and you get it free just with a $60 order. So if you need to purchase all these items that I'm showing you today, you'll easily get to $60, and then you can get this Heal Your Heart stamp set free. I'm going to use the thank you. So the reason why this is one of my most favorite Saleabration freebies this season is because I'm really enamored with the font, and it's really wonderful to have a set of just words. And isn't this one? We're in this together. It's absolutely perfect for this season. So I picked it as one of my 4 favorites. Okay, so one of my 4 Saleabration favorites is the Heal Your Heart. And I'm starting by demonstrating a SIP card. Stamps, ink, and paper, sweet and simple card. So far we've stamped the floral image from the ornate style. And I'm just going to ink up the thank you using a black ink. Whoops. Figures I put my finger right in it. And I'm just going to stamp thank you right on top. See, isn't that font fantastic? Clean, crisp images. Love it. And look at how easy it is. And it would be really easy to pump out quite a few of these. Okay, so this card was actually inspired by a card that I received from a Team Stick girl. She sent me a thank you card, and I loved her card. It's Jennifer Horst. Jennifer H. sent it to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love your card. Of course, I couldn't do it exactly the same because I didn't have all the same stamps that she used, and, I don't know. I changed it up a bit, but I loved it so much because it was sweet and simple, clean and easy. Look at this Heal Your Heart freebie. Okay, you loved this Heal Your Heart stamp set so much you ordered it twice. Yeah, that's okay. It's free, so you didn't lose anything. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to put a tiny little border around, but instead of layering paper this time, I'm going to do a little bit of sponging on the edge. I'm going to use the Pool Party ink pad. These are our sponge daubers. Okay, and then I'm just going to brush it along the side. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, sometimes, especially those of us who have been stamping a while, we get going and we forget. This is the first joy of stamping, just enjoying the color, the exclusive Stampin' Up! Colors, and enjoying the high quality stamps, and let the color and the stamps do the work for us. Let that stuff do it. It's already such great quality, such great colors. Let's take advantage of that and use that instead of thinking about, not that there's anything wrong with doing fancy folds and fancy things and 2,000 layers. Those things are nice too, but there's something about getting back to basics, right? There we go. Okay, so I just did a little bit of edging around with our sponge dauber using the Pool Party. Okay, and then that could be the card right there, but I can't resist. I am going to put a tiny bit of linen thread on it. But even if we wanted to leave it like that, wouldn't that be great? Okay, but I am going to use a little bit of our linen thread. Hopefully I have enough here. I do like to add a little texture, and I don't think this will be too overwhelming for those of you who are new. I want to make sure that I did at least one card that was sweet and simple, and if you wanted to, you can go ahead and purchase everything you need to make this exact card, and you will earn enough. You'll be able to get that Heal Your Heart stamp set free. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of linen thread around. Okay. Oh, I'm glad, Leslie, you joined in. Okay. It's great to see our friends joining in. It's a great way to connect. Yes, Sarah. So this is a perfect way to keep it simple. The other thing you can do to keep it really simple is to purchase a kit. Okay, a kit is another fantastic option. Okay, so you can go a la carte and buy the cardstock, the stamp set, the ink, get your free Heal Your Heart stamp set, and go for it. Okay. But the other thing you can do, oh, that's actually why I put this grid paper to remind me to talk about our paper pumpkin program. That is an all-inclusive kit in a box, and it's delivered to your door. It's better than a box full of puppies. That's what this little slogan says. And it's perfect for those of you who are new and want to keep it simple. Sarah was saying she has a 3-year-old, so she feels, maybe there's a lot to do. I remember what it's like to have a 3-year-old. Okay. And paper pumpkin is a great option, or just to get some basic stamps and ink if you want to go a la carte. Okay. So I am going to put maybe a little bow to jazz it up a bit there. And that will be our card number 1. And it showcases the Heal Your Heart stamp set, which is a Saleabration freebie, which you can get absolutely free with your $60 order. And don't forget, as part of this party, if you place your order before tomorrow night, I will cut this cardstock for you. I'll include the linen thread and I'll mail it to your door. Okay. Oh, that's exactly, Sarah, what I used to tell people when I was doing parties. And I was like, yeah, I started card making because literally to get 3 kids dressed in their clothes into the car seat to go to the mall to buy a card, oh my word. I mean, it was way cheaper and easier for me to buy the supplies and to just do it at home when the kids were napping or whatever, right? Okay, so I just put a little bow there, and might be fun. I'm going to put some of these elegant faceted gems. Okay, so this is our sweet and simple card for those of you who are newer to crafting, or even like me, I've been doing it quite a while. I still love sweet and simple cards. There's something like so satisfying. I don't know why I can't get this out. There's something so satisfying about like doing something fast. I think it comes from having kids, right? Like it's like you got to do everything fast when they're napping, or else your window of opportunity is gone. So I just love, making a stack. Like making a stack of these cards could go by like easy, easy, easy. You would just cut it all and then stamp it all and then boom, glue it down. You are done. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of these elegant faceted gems. I'm trying to line them up straight. I don't know if I'm doing a good job there. Okay, so there we go. That is our card number 1. Hopefully this inspires you. For those of you who have stamps and paper and ink, go ahead, take it out. Make a sweet and simple card. Make a sip card. Take a sip. Stamps, ink, and paper. Okay? So elegant, so pretty. Yes, I think so too. Right? And it wasn't complicated, I'm telling you. Let the Stampin' Up! Artists do their job. Let them do the art. You just buy the stamps. That's all we got to do. Buy the stuff, make it go, and oh yeah, Serena's saying that it's fun too, right? Exactly. It's way more fun than hauling ourselves to the mall, although nowadays, who wants to go to the mall? But anyway, okay, so there we go. Card number 1. I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you. You're so nice with all your little hearts. That makes me feel happy. Okay, so are we ready to go on? Oh, you know what? Okay, so as I said, I'm not able to do stamping for all the projects, all of the Saleabration items. I just kind of picked my favorite 4, but I did grab some swap cards so that you could see. Okay, where did I put the swap cards? Let's look. Okay, so that you could see, I have other inspiration to show you. Okay, hang on. Da-da-da. Okay, well, well, at least this is not what I was looking to show you, but as you know, all month I've been showcasing using the foam adhesive sheets, right? So last week we did this funny guy with the foam adhesive sheets, and the week before I think we did this one, right, using the foam adhesive sheets. So it was silly of me. I didn't plan a project with the foam adhesive sheets this week, but I thought I'd show you one of the little gifts that we gave at the ladies retreat day this past weekend. And here is another way to use the foam adhesive sheets. When you've got really small die cuts, okay, you can use the foam adhesive sheets, and it just gives them lots of lift and lots of sturdiness. Anyway, this was one of the gifts from the ladies retreat day. Okay, so let me show you my swap cards. Here they are. Oh, I was a little worried there. Okay, so I'm going to show you the approaching perfection. So in the Saleabration brochure, I already showed you the Heal Your Heart. I showed you a project made with Heal Your Heart. Oh, I have other Heal Your Heart samples just to, I think I do. I think this is it here. Okay, so you can see other projects using the Heal Your Heart stamp set. This one is a swap card I received from Shelley, one of the Team Stick girls. Okay, oh yeah, Susan, I'm glad you liked it. Okay, and then here's another one. See, I really like the font of the Heal Your Heart. That's why it made it into my list of the favorite four. This is, I don't know who made this swap card. I don't see a name. And here's another one using the Heal Your Heart. It also uses the Oso Ombre Designer Series paper, which is a freebie. Okay, but this is also a great Sweet and Simple card too. Just stamp on the DSP. Put a few strips down here, a couple gems, bam. So satisfying. Okay, whose swap card is this? Betsy. Okay, thank you, Betsy. Okay, so there's another few examples using the Heal Your Heart. See, I separated all with these little elastics so I can try and keep them together. Okay, next, let's show you, this did not come up as one of my favorite four, but I noticed it's still a really popular choice that people are choosing because everybody needs to make birthday cards. So the Approaching Perfection, here's a couple of samples using the Approaching Perfection. Isn't this sentiment funny? I made this, so this card I made for a swap that I participated in. And I thought that this saying was so funny, so that's why I kind of had it like I put these little flash things around it. I used the Stamparatus to line up the candles on the right side. Oh yes, everybody needs foam adhesive sheets. I'm glad I was able to inspire you with that. Okay, and then here's another one using the Approaching Perfection stamp set, those little candles. Isn't that a nice idea to have the candles in the background and the word in the foreground? Okay, and then here's one. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I wanted to give you guys, I mean, it's a party, right? So we couldn't just do one project. I have to show you lots of inspiration, and hopefully it gives you an idea of how much you can do with Stampin' Up! Product. This is a swap card I received from a Team Stick girl, Zara. And she heat embossed to give it a chalkboard look. So she heat embossed with white embossing powder onto the black, and then just matted it with some layered frames, a strip of Designer Series paper. Voila, another great card. Okay, so that is a little inspiration using the Approaching Perfection stamp set. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Let's go on. I'm going to do another stamping demo for you. Oh, no, wait. See, I have all these things piled on my table I want to show you. Okay, so speaking of the Heal Your Heart and Sweet and Simple cards, I wanted to show you all these note cards that I made using the Heal Your Heart stamp. I basically just used red ink and black ink, some Designer Series paper, and our heart punches. Okay, and I just created these cards. It's actually a one sheet wonder. So all this paper I used all came from one sheet of designer series paper. And these are our note cards. You can already buy our note cards already cut and scored, and it comes with envelopes. So even if you want to make it simpler, that's another option. Okay, so there you go. Some different easy cards to make, all using the Heal Your Heart stamp. Okay. Stamps, ink, and paper, my friends. So you can do SIP, stamps, ink, and paper, or you can do stamps, ink, paper, punch, SIPP, stamps, ink, and paper, and punch. Oh, yes. Very classy, the black and white, right? It also makes a great gift. Like this would be a great gift. You could easily put it in a little box, tie it with a bow, and you've got a gift for someone. And it's really using one sheet of our 12 by 12 designer series paper, just all cut up, glued it onto the note cards, and put the sentiment. Okay. So yeah, I had so many things to show you. I'm glad I didn't forget to show you that. Okay, so anyway, that's a really long story to tell you about how much I love the Heal Your Heart freebie stamp set. Okay, let's move on. So this is card number 1. And remember, I will happily cut and mail those to you, mail the make and take package to you if you place an order of $60 or more before tomorrow evening. Okay, let's do the next one. Oh, this one's fun. Okay, so my next favorite, who wants to guess? My favorite 4. We already know one of my favorite 4 is Heal Your Heart. Who wants to guess what my next one I'm going to show? What's my favorite? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you such a hint. I'll just show you the back of it here. The Oso Ombre. Oso Ombre Designer Series paper is my second favorite. Okay, and today I thought, oh, Katarina's guessing the donkey. You'll find out whether that made it into my top 4. But the Oso Ombre fell into the top 4 for sure, mostly because I love the variety. I like that there's the ombre piece. And then there is, don't worry, if you were voting donkey, we still got 2 more, okay? So you guys can keep guessing what my top 4 is, okay? But see, then they have these ones with the dots, which I think is really whimsical. And then there's 4 colors. There's the Granny Apple Green, Rococo Rose, Blackberry Bliss, and Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to use this for the next project today. Oh, Brenda, I'm glad you're on. You're going to be happy about what I'm doing next. Haha, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to do it. Okay. Well, probably as soon as I start, you'll know. I'm using a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. Some of you might not even know, but Stampin' Up! Sells 12 by 12 cardstock in the family colors as well as the in color. So I am using the Brights 12 by 12 cardstock. I'm using the Bermuda Bay color for now. Okay, I need a more giant table. I have all this stuff all over the place. Oh my goodness. So many things. Okay, hopefully we will not have an avalanche. Okay, so I told you when I was sharing my stamping story, one thing that I did before I was introduced to stamping, and I still love to do, but sadly don't make enough time for it, is scrapbooking. I still love to scrapbook. I always forget that I need to make time for what I love. So I'm telling you guys that. You need to make time for what you love and what you want to do. Scrapbooking is really meaningful to me because it's about preserving memories. It's about looking back and just remembering the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. It can all be scrapbooked and put into an album so that you, your children, future generations, even historians down the road, who knows, will be able to learn and see what life was like. So I am using this stamp set. This is called Beautiful World. It's from our annual catalog. So I know everybody's been all gaga about our January to June mini catalog, but we can't forget that there's wonderful things in our annual catalog. So I'm going to start with this, and you already know that I'm going to incorporate some of that Oso Ombre paper into the scrapbook page. But first what I'm going to do is take the globe. What's fun about this set is that there's like a, I don't know, Eastern and Western hemisphere. Is that what you call it? So I'm using the one, I guess the Eastern hemisphere, and I'm going to go wild and use some Bermuda Bay ink and create a random background here. Okay. A lot of people feel intimidated by scrapbooking, but I actually find it less intimidating than card making, because when I make a card, I know the purpose of making the card is to give it to someone, to bless someone, right? To brighten their day. But scrapbooking, it's personal. It's personal. So it doesn't have to be super dolled up, super fancy. Really, the goal is just to preserve some memories. Okay? So if it's not as awesome or as beautiful as you think it should be, you got to let go of those expectations, because it's scrapbook pages are for no one else but for you to remember and to pass on to others. Okay? Whereas when I give a card, I'm like, oh, I want it to be nice because I'm giving it to somebody. I don't have that same kind of pressure with scrapbooking. Okay? So I did some random globe. It's called Beautiful World, Katerina. Okay? So let's put that away. And then I'm going to use this sort of little compass image, and I'm going to fill in the little gaps with the little compass image. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, that's fine, Jan. Jan says she'll come back later. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I kind of created a bit of a background effect with this. Okay. So let's see what we'll do next. Doesn't it already look great? I already feel happy. Okay, so let's clean our stamp. We can always add more or whatever after. If I don't like how it looks, we'll just play around. That's what I feel like this is. I don't feel a burden at all. That's why I think I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I think I just feel like a lot of happiness when I'm making this stuff. Okay, so there we go. We'll do that. And then I am going to take a piece of the Oso Ombre Designer Series paper. Oh, I better close this before I stick my elbow in it. Let's get, okay, so I want a piece of the Bermuda Bay, that's for sure. I'm going to cut out one of these squares. Hang on, let's get another piece. And then I want a piece of the dotty granny apple green. So let's look for that. Eyes, it's always... Okay, here's the dotty granny apple green that I'm looking for. Some of the ombre Bermuda Bay. Okay, great. Okay, so just for a little interest, I am going to cut this into 4s. Okay, here's our very handy trimmer here. I'm going to cut it into 4, so I'm cutting it at the 3-inch mark because the Designer Series paper is 6 by 6. So I'm going to cut 4 squares there. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my 12 by 12 cardstock. And let's see, I might need another piece of the Granny Apple Green. So in the pack you get 2 of each color that's a part of that color family. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it at 7 inches. I think 7 inches will be okay. We'll see. Or 6.5. Let's see if we can do 6.5. Okay, so I'm going to cut a 6.5 inch by 6.5 inch square. Okay, and then I'm going to put these squares on top. Okay, just like that. I'm just reading the comments. Don't worry. You're okay, Louise. Okay, so let's see. Probably should have laid it out a bit better first. I don't know whether it's going to end up being even. But as I said, scrapbooking is for me, so... And anything handmade is more personal anyway. See? Isn't this ombre paper the best? Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to take the Bermuda Bay ombre paper, and then I'm going to use the layering squares. So the layering squares, so we're moving beyond the Sweet and Simple card here. We're getting into some fun tools, one of which are these dies. And if your budget allows you to get the cut and emboss machine, I would highly recommend it, because it just gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to cut out different shapes and different things. Okay, so this is the cut and emboss machine. It's basically a press, and the best way to get this, if you're ready to get it, is to put it in your starter kit, because with the starter kit, you're allowed to choose $165 worth of product, but pay only $135, no tax, no shipping. And you get the perk of being able to order more supplies for yourself in the future at a 20% discount. And you get all the perks of being part of my Team Stick Stampers. So there's no way you can lose with that deal. So, of course, you don't have to get the starter kit. If you want to just purchase the cut and emboss machine, it is $163. If you don't get it as part of the starter kit, you just pay the tax and the shipping. But you also get to pick your free Saleabration items. I guess you'd get to pick 3 of them? No, 2 of them. 2 of them. Okay, because it's every 60. Okay, so I've just made like a little square there. So we've glued this down. Okay, so let's stamp here. So let's move this plate. See, I don't have very big tables, so I have to kind of make sure I'm not getting too cluttered up. Okay. And I want to, oh, let's put this away. Oh dear, don't want to lose this. I'll put it here. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with this stamp set. I already did a bit of a background on the Bermuda Bay page. I'm going to stamp the Life is a Beautiful Journey up here using the black ink. Isn't this paper so nice? Now you know why it's one of my favorites. Okay, so one of my favorite Saleabration items. And don't forget, you can get this paper free with your $60 order. And you'll be able to choose a second item free because of my special party perks. I don't know, which do I want this on the top? Do I want this on the bottom? I'm not sure. I think I want it on the top. And then as well, if you decide to be a Stampin' for Fun Club member and get a technique class free every month, your membership fee is just to simply put in a minimum $30 order each month for 10 months. But you get all these extra perks like free technique class, a discount coupon, 2 extra tutorials each month for your whole 10-month term, free product during 1 month in your 10-month term. And as well as a part of this party perk, if you decide to become a Stampin' for Fun Club member, I will give you a package of the Oso Ombre paper free. Okay, and let me use this globe again. I think I'm going to put that on the side. Okay. Yes, we are doing a scrapbook page. For those of you that weren't sure what I was doing, you're going to see it come together. I'm feeling kind of nostalgic. That's why there's so many things I'm missing with the pandemic going on. It's making me a bit nostalgic. There you go. Okay, so that's going to be an element on our scrapbook page. Our little globe there. Okay, so let me clean this, and then we can just add our photos and see it come to life. Okay, let's do a quick little clean here. This is my quick cleaning with the chamois. And we'll put this away so we don't forget. Oh, good, I'm glad you like it. Hi, Sandra, all the way from Australia. How are you doing? See, I love my little stamping world. We get friends all over the world. Okay, here we go. Let's put it together. So I printed out, I've got a little printer that I can print things at home. I printed out this little logo from the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. It's pretty fun. Stampin' Up! Has some different perks for their demonstrators, which you can try to aim to achieve or not, or you can just enjoy your shopping discount. Okay, so one of the trips in 2019 was to the Greek Isles. So I kind of printed out the logo from that incentive trip, and I grabbed a couple of my favorite pictures from that trip. It was a really special trip because that was the year my son was graduating from high school. So the trip that Stampin' Up! Gives us is for myself and one guest. So of course, I brought my hubby, Kevin. But we decided to buy in our son so that he could come as a special graduation trip. And it was so nice to just spend time with one child. And he was old enough to kind of, we didn't have to watch his every move and everything. So it was really relaxing for us, but also really special. And so that's what I mean about scrapbooking. When we have these photos, it really makes things come alive here. Okay, so I was thinking maybe something like that would work. Okay, so let's glue it down. That'll be our scrapbook page, and also to showcase one of my 4 favorite Saleabration items is that Oso Ombre Designer Series paper. Yeah, as Pamela was saying, she wouldn't have thought to put the Granny Apple Green and the Bermuda Bay together. I probably wouldn't have either, but since it was in the same pack of paper, I was like, hey, why not? Okay. And there we go. So I'm going to do another half one day. I'll do the other half of the layout because for sure I need to put some journaling. I have to talk about why this trip was so special. That's the important thing about scrapbooking. You can't just slap the pictures down because the pictures don't tell the full story, right? You have to write and explain it. Oh, I didn't glue this down. Maybe I'll use dimensionals. Why don't I pop that up a bit? Okay. There we go. Okay, and so the seal adhesive, our inks are all acid-free for those of you who are sort of feeling like it should go on a corner. I was kind of trying to make it look like a postage stamp, kind of, And then, you know what? Let's put a little element on here. Remember I said the punches are also great too. Let's use a little bit of Granny Apple Green and do a little punch. Okay. Oh, Susan does. Yes, that's right. Well, see? Exactly. His shirt is kind of Granny Apple Green, so that's why I thought it kind of worked out pretty well. So, sorry, I can't remember what this is called. What is this called? The Everyday Label Punch? Okay, so it's a tried and true favorite. Had it forever. I just thought I'd pop it out there, and I feel like that gives a bit of balance there, and it kind of makes it look like a postage stamp or a little ticket. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on. There we go. Okay. Ta-da! Yep. That is project number 2 for the party. So I won't be sending you the pieces for this one because I didn't know if everybody scrapbooked, and you really can't send 12 by 12 into the mail, but I still wanted as a part of the party to show you how our stamps can be used on scrapbook pages, how our designer series paper can work on our scrapbook pages. And scrapbook pages are always great to preserve memories. Okay, so we did our SIP card, sweet and simple, stamps, ink, and paper. Favorite Saleabration item is the Heal Your Heart. And then our second project is this scrapbook page. It's kind of hard to see it, eh? I wish I could go down lower. I'll post a picture later. Okay. Second project. So we took it up a notch. It's still pretty much stamps, ink, and paper, but I did bring in the cut and emboss machine this time and a punch. Okay, so that's project number 2. And let's show another item that I'm not going to stamp with, but I'm going to show you some samples. Is the corner bouquet. So that is a freebie with your $60 order right here. The corner bouquet stamp set. So it didn't fall into one of my 4 favorites, but I still have some pretty swap cards, so I thought I would show you. So if you end up choosing the corner bouquet as one of your freebies, you'll have some ideas on how to use it. Okay, this one is from Chris Carmichael, another Team Stick sister. Okay, she also uses the Oso Ombre DSP there. Okay, this one uses the Flower and Field DSP, but you can see the corner bouquet stamp set being used here. This one is from Tammy Gill, another Canadian. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea. Even though the corner bouquet stamp set didn't fall into one of my favorites, there's still some nice ways to use it. This one's neat. She stamped it and then ran it through the cut and emboss machine to give a sort of linen look to the paper there, using the subtle embossing folder. And here's another one. Heat embossed with the gold. Those are some neat colors there. And that's from Dana Hancock. Thanks, Dana. Okay, yes, they are stunning, aren't they? Okay, so even though it didn't fall in my top 4, at least you got some ideas. You can be inspired by that. And, I know things that are my favorite might not be your favorite. So that's why I wanted to make sure I showed some other samples. Okay, who's ready to guess what my favorite number 3 Saleabration item is? Okay, go ahead and guess while I get a drink. My mouth is getting dry. Okay. I have to be very careful when I move around here. I have so many things. Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Wendy and Susan have it. Darling Donkeys. It absolutely had to be on my favorites list. Absolutely. So here it is. The Darling Donkeys stamp set. Okay, and it is such a cutie. I could not let this go by without doing an extra project for the Saleabration finale project. Okay, and so Saleabration finale party. So, okay, so let me bring this guy along. Those of you who tuned in late, just a reminder that this is a Saleabration finale party because the big sale is ending this month, and I didn't want it to leave without a little bit of fanfare, and I am giving some extra special perks. Okay, so all the perks are pinned at the top of the Facebook group. Okay, so don't forget about that. And don't forget to share. If you joined later and you haven't yet shared this video, go ahead and share it and let me know that you shared it, and I can enter you into a draw for the Press On stamp set. Okay, so Darling Donkeys, we must use you because you are so stinking cute. Let me figure out what we're going to do with it. So do you remember earlier I said that when you join the Stampin' Up! Family during Saleabration, you get 5 full packs of Designer Series paper. What's special about these papers are that they have not yet been released. So they're not able for purchase. These are the ones that will be released in the new annual catalog. Okay, so you will be the first to get them. And we're going to use it on our Darling Donkey card. I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight, so from the Brights. think I'm going to use this tile sort of look. Let me see. Either the tile one. What are our choices? The tile. Oh, these little stars are kind of cute. Oh, no. We're going to do this one. I like this pattern. Okay. Sorry, tiles. No luck for you. Next time. Okay. Here we go. So, and we're going to cut this at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we're going to just layer it right on top of our card. Does anyone have any questions? I'm trying to kind of cover everything, but I know so much party excitement. Normally on Tuesdays, I just kind of show one project. Today I'm doing 4. Okay, let's see whether this is, I'm going to take a 4 1/4 inch by 11 inch sheet of cardstock. Make sure, oh, it's a little wide. Okay. And we'll go ahead and cut it here. And then 5 1/2, we'll score it. Okay, so that will be our kind of the base of the card. I'm not going to glue it down yet because you'll see I'm going to use a little ribbon. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Stitched Shapes framelit. So here we go, cut and emboss machine again. I can't help it. I do use it quite a lot because it's just nice to be able to get these different shapes and details. But again, if you're just getting started, I would say go for a paper pumpkin kit or just a few inks and cardstock and stamp set to get you started. Okay, but if you really want to take it up a notch and make things a little easier, definitely look at getting that cut and emboss machine. So I'm going to use some white cardstock and I'm going to cut it here. Do you guys like the mystery of wondering what's gonna happen? Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll cut our little stitch square. It's called Stitch Shape Framelits. Super versatile because you get several shapes in one package. So I think you get like 4 squares, 4 circles, 4 ovals, and they all have this really sweet stitching on them. Okay, can you see that? Isn't that nice? Okay, so it just adds that little extra detail. Of course, if you don't have a cut and emboss machine, you can just cut a square. But if you do place your order before tomorrow night, I will pre-cut this for you when I mail you your party perk of the make and take pieces. Okay. Okay, so let's stamp our little donkey here. Let's put this back in the case so we don't lose it. Okay, wonderful. And this stamp set is absolutely free with your $60 order. Okay. And don't forget the party perks of getting double Saleabration rewards. So you could place your $60 order, get the Darling Donkeys, and Heal Your Heart if you wanted to. Okay, I love all the stitch dies too. I agree. That extra touch makes a difference. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp it with our Memento black ink. And I think my donkey will be kind of jumping up in the air a bit because he's super excited. Look at, isn't he cute? I had to put him in my top 4. Okay, for those of you tuning in a little later, I am just stamping with my 4 favorite Saleabration items. Okay, it was really hard to pick. It's really hard to pick. But the donkeys had to make it into the top 4. So just saying, the 1, 2, 3, 4 is not necessarily in order of how much I like it. It's just the top 4. In case you were wondering why Heal Your Heart came before the donkeys. They're all just top 4. I'm going to use the light smoky slate blends. If you haven't used our blends markers before, I would highly recommend getting some and trying it out. Look. Okay. See how I colored with the blends and how smooth the color lays on? It doesn't look streaky and wet. Pamela's asking if I have to stamp off before I use the chamois. No, I don't think I have to. It's just a habit. It's just a habit, but I figure I may as well stamp off the extra ink onto my scratch paper, and then there's kind of less goop when I rub it onto the chamois. It's not a bad habit to get into. Okay, so when I'm laying on the color, I tend to use a circular motion. Okay, now our alcohol-based markers come in most of our colors in the color family, but keep in mind these are considered obviously consumable items because the ink will run out. And sometimes people ask me, how fast will it run out? And I know there's no answer because it depends on how much you use them and how much you color with them. If you use them a lot, then maybe it'll be finished in, you know, a month or whatever. But if you don't use them very much, it might last a year or more. So probably more if you're not using them. But the whole point of getting them is to use them. So I am just coloring the donkey with the light smoky slate. I feel like the blends make me, I don't know, I feel like such an artist with the blends. Okay. I'm not even really doing the magic. Part of the magic of the blends is that you can kind of blend the colors together, but I'm not really doing that today. So now I'm using the dark smoky slate. I think it's dark smoky slate. Yep. Just to give a little color distinction to our little donkey here. Oops, went outside the line, don't worry. Okay, so his little tail, his little hooves. Oh, I forgot a part of his knee here. We'll have to fix that up. Okay, so anybody can use these markers. They are so easy to use, so smooth. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight just to kind of coordinate with the paper to just give a little bit of highlight on the ears. Okay. There. Isn't he cute? Look, I'll hold it up so you can kind of see how nice the blends markers color. So nice. Okay, and then I felt like it was kind of whimsical, so I thought it would be kind of fun actually to highlight this little stitching a little bit. Just add a little extra color. So I'm just actually taking my blends marker and running it right down the stitching. Okay, so I'm just letting it kind of run down the stitching here, just to give a little bit of color highlight. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so just go ahead. I'm doing that. You can go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. Tell me what you think of the Darling Donkeys. Are they one of your top 4 favorite Saleabration items? Okay, there we go. No. They do not glitter or sparkle. They come in the colors, in the most of the Stampin' Up! Colors. So that's actually the power of them, is the way they coordinate with the rest of our inks and our papers. If you want a little bit of glitter, what I would do is use the Wink of Stella brush. The Wink of Stella brush is a must-have if you want a little bit of glimmer. Okay, isn't that cute? Just to add a little bit of distinction there to the stitching. It's definitely one of your favorites, eh? And then I'm just going to use the Hee Haw. Okay, there's no way to tell on my phone what my battery level is like. Normally my lives are a lot shorter. Okay. Oh, you have it and you love it. Wink, wink. Yes, yes, the wink, wink is very important. Okay, so, la-la, we're going to use our little hee-haw. I'm going to use the black ink, and then we'll finish off card number 3. So this card is one of the ones I will send you if you place your $60 order before tomorrow night. Now, those of you thinking of taking advantage of the starter kit, don't worry, I have perks for you too, because we do $7 make and takes on Team Stick. So nowhere do you get that. All my classes are at least $25 to participate. But on Team Stick, you get $7 make and takes. So when you join my team, don't worry, there will be perks for you. Okay, so I'm just going to use the classic label punch and punch. I know you guys are telling me to angle. I don't know if I can. I already got all wild and crazy with this one. Nobody mentioned that, but I was like, look at me. I'm going wild and crazy angling these pictures. I don't know if I can angle the donkey. I don't know if I can do it. We'll see. We'll see. You guys know me. I'm rule follower, straight and narrow. That's me. Straight and whatever. I don't know. Hi, Marie. Glad you found me. Okay. See? So cute. Okay, let's put a little dimensional to pop up. I stamped it on the smoky slate. But again, if you get one of these make and take packets as a party perk, I'll pre-cut it for you. Okay? And I'll include the tutorials as well. So you don't have to watch the video. You can just look at the tutorials. Oh, can I do it on an angle? Well, I was going to put some ribbon. Maybe I'll do that and then decide. I'm going to use some of this gray granite shimmery ribbon. So Pamela, you and I were kind of on the same wavelength about wanting a little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to go with this gray granite shimmery ribbon. Okay, and I'm going to tape it behind here. Okay, so as I mentioned, I will paste the supply list of all the projects that I'm showing as part of the party, so make sure to keep checking back in this group for what new posts are coming up. Oh, okay, I don't know, I was going to do it like that. I don't know, guys, I don't know if I can do it. You tell me whether I should do it. So I'm just slipping in a little extra piece, and I'm going to tie a knot here. And ta-da! And we just need our card base. Where is it? Here. Here, I'll glue this down, and then we'll decide which way to put them on. Okay, so this just adds a little extra embellishment. Okay. There we go. Oh, they're cheering. You're cheering for me. Judy's cheering for me. Okay, let's see. Can we do it? Do we want it on an angle? Does that make you happy? Does it make you happy to have him on an angle? Like that? I don't know if I could do it. Like that? Okay. Brenda says the angle looks better. Okay, okay, okay. I'll do it. It feels wrong. I'm telling you, it feels wrong. Pamela's like, do it straight. There we go. I'm getting so many yeses. You're cheering for me. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, Diane's saying straight. Okay, so this one I used our regular Brights Designer Series paper. So it's got the polka dots. This one is the paper that's special as part of the starter kit. What do you guys think? Which one? You're just cheering for me because I went outside my comfort zone and I did wild like that. Ooh, I can hardly look at it. Okay, so that is number 3. Let's clean up our donkey and we'll put him away. Oh, Wendy loves the angle. I think it's totally personality. I think it's personality, what we can handle. Maybe it's like, have you heard of Asian people or people that have like lactose intolerance kind of thing? You can have a little bit of milk, but then it's like you reach this threshold and then it's over. You can't have any more, can't have any more dairy. Maybe it's like that with me. Because I did the scrapbook page on an angle, it's like, well, that's my quota for today. That's all I can do. So that's why maybe the card one feels wrong. If I'd done the card one first, maybe I wouldn't have been able to put the scrapbook one in an angle, do you think? Okay. So I showed you corner bouquet. So now we've seen Heal Your Heart samples. We've seen corner bouquet samples. We've seen Oso Ombre samples. We just did a Darling Donkey sample. Here's some swap cards I received with this cutie pie. Look at him. Who's this from? Diana Gibbs. Thank you, Diana, for your swap card. Okay, here are some other Darling Donkey samples. So don't forget, getting a free Saleabration item is a big deal because these stamps are not going to be available later. Now is the time to get them. Okay, so this one's from Christine Dion. Thank you for your swap card. This is a good idea to use the donkey with the wood grain paper. It's very farm-like. This one's Karen Duke, and this one's from Leslie. Okay, thanks for sharing those card samples. I hope they inspired you with the Darling Donkey. Okay, guys, number 4 was really hard for me to pick. There was like a few, and I will say somebody guessed it, was the Berry Blessings. I kind of did want to pick that one as a favorite, but it kind of, I didn't. Partially because you can't get the Strawberry Punch at the moment, and I feel like they kind of go together. But still, let me show you some great samples using, and because I had actually been using it quite a bit in some of my other Facebook Lives, so I figured you guys have already seen it. But now, the Berry Blessing Bundle is a little bit different. I'm trying to look for my Saleabration brochure. Here. It's a little different because it includes 2 items. Okay? It includes the Berry Blessing paper and the Berry Blessing stamp set. So in order to get this item free, your order needs to be at least $120. Okay, so just a reminder, you can message me your order, or you can go direct to my website and use the host code. Either is fine, but I will know that you're part of this party because you'll have used, it'll fall within the party dates of between today and Saturday. But don't forget, if you can put in your order before tomorrow night, there is an early bird perk where I will cut and prepare these make and takes for you so that all you have to do is use your own stamps and ink to finish it off. Okay, so Berry Blessing, let me show you some samples using that one. Okay, very pretty, right? The paper's pretty stunning. I know. I'm not holding on my hopes because normally Saleabration is Saleabration. You very rarely see the stuff again. So I'm not holding on hope that they're going to bring it back. They might. What's this? This is not Berry Blessing. Oh, this is Flower and Field. Okay, because that did not fall into my favorites, but I did like it as well, this paper. So I thought I would show you some samples from Flower and Field. Oh, this is upside down. Okay, pretty paper. I like the daisy design because you can easily use the daisy punch to add a little accent. Okay, so those were 2 that did not make my top 4 but are still very lovely, and I want to show you samples. You ready? Paper Blooms Designer Series paper was in my top 4. Okay, and I think it fell in my top 4 simply because there is a coordinating stamp set and die. So let me see if I have it here. Okay, so I think there actually even might have been a mistake in the little Saleabration brochure. Because it says, what does it say? It's the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. And it says coordinates with Pretty Perennials, but that's really not correct. It coordinates with the In Bloom bundle. Okay, it coordinates with the In Bloom bundle. So I thought we got to play with this because even the samples on this page are eye-catching, right? And these are my kind of colors, like pinks, right? If you look at my logo is pink. So pink and blue. So I love pinks. So it fell into my top 4. So let's get stamping and see what this project is going to become. Okay. Da-da-da. So here's the stamp set. You can see everything on there. That's right. Yeah, so you can see the samples in the Saleabration brochure. They use these beautiful bloom dies. Look at how many you get. And guess what? Stitching. It gives that wonderful detail when you've got the stitching. Look at all those dies. Okay, so let's, since I have these open, let's cut a couple of these out. I'm going to cut this one, and these ones, these little baby ones. Okay, so you have so many choices with these dies, so I'm just going to use these ones here. And our friend, the cut and emboss machine, is going to come over again. Okay, and let's pick our colors. Okay, so I'm going to do Rococo Rose, Night of Navy, Night of Navy for the smaller flower. Oh, see? Deb has the paper, but you haven't bought the stamp set? Hello, you need to buy the stamp set. Okay, because it's meant to go together. You'll see on this project, okay? So I'm doing a Rococo Rose larger flower, Night of Navy a smaller flower, and these baby flowers I'm going to do in the soft seafoam, okay? And again, I never would have thought to put these colors together, but don't they look great together? They look great, so springy. So soft, so cheerful. Let's do it. Let's roll this out. And then we'll get these beautiful flowers. So this cut and emboss machine is basically a press. If I was using an embossing folder, it would create sort of an embossed design. But since I'm using dies, it kind of presses the die into the paper and it cuts it out. Okay, so let me, oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, sorry, I bumped the camera. I hope we're okay. So I'm gonna put these away because I'm always afraid of losing them. Okay. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the party so far. I hope you're getting lots of inspiration because that's the idea, to have lots of inspiration. Okay, so here is our Rococo Rose flower. Look at that stitching. Okay, and here's our Night of Navy flower. See, the stitching makes a big difference. Okay, so we're going to put these aside and we'll use those little flowers in a minute. Okay, so what else do we need for our card here? I think we need a Rococo Rose base. So, and then we're going to need that Paper Blooms paper. Okay, so let's cut the base. I don't want to lose these little flowers. Let me put them over here. Okay. Oh, good, Louise. I'm glad you're enjoying the party. For those of you that tuned in late, I'm doing a special Saleabration party. And when I do Facebook parties, there's always some party perks. So make sure to check the post at the top of the Facebook group to tell you what perks you can earn. Okay, but I love hearing what you enjoy about the party. It helps me to know and plan future parties. But usually the whole goal of these Facebook parties is to give you a few special perks and also make sure you get lots of inspiration with the stamping. Because there is so many products. I don't know how Stampin' Up! Does it, frankly. Like, I don't know how they can keep track of all the products they have. And yeah, I just don't know how they do it. Okay, I'm going to need my trimmer a lot here. Let me cut out all the pieces. Maybe I should have done that ahead of time, but I feel like part of the fun is doing it together with you. So I'm going to cut the Night of Navy piece. So this is kind of a little more of an avid card. Remember I asked in the beginning whether you were a beginner, casual, or avid crafter. So this one is a little more avid, not tons, it's just that there's a lot of layers. And layers is one of my favorite ways to add kind of wow to a card. It's a really simple and easy way to kind of dress up a card. This is not long enough. I need another piece. So this card, you're going to see it has a lot of layers to it. Of course your wish list is growing. That's what Stampin' Up! Does to me all the time. The more I play, I mean, I get pretty happy. But then my shopping list grows. Okay, so I'm cutting this at 1 inch by 3 3/4 inches. Okay, I may as well just cut all the pieces now so that I don't have to keep taking my trimmer up and down. I'm going to use a Seaside spray piece. And I'm going to cut it at 3/4 inches. Okay, so I'm just cutting all the pieces. I think 3/4 inches is okay. And then we'll try 3 1/2 for now. Okay, and then layers, layers, layers. This card is all about layers. Okay, let me show you the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. So this one you can get free with your $60 order, and don't forget during the party you can get double rewards. So you could choose Paper Blooms with your $60 order, and then you can choose another freebie from my box. So I'm going to use this pattern here, and I think it's the same pattern on the back. Yep, okay, so that's the pattern we need for our card. Okay, but here there's lots of different designs. You can kind of see lots of pretty colors and designs. Now the Seaside Spray and Rococo Rose are both colors that are expected to retire when the new catalog goes live in May. So if you're making your list of things you want to buy or things you want to get in your starter kit, make sure to add these colors if you love them, because they're going to be retiring. So you're going to want more paper, and you're definitely going to want the re-inkers, okay? Because these two colors are gorgeous. I'll be definitely a little sad to see them go. Yeah, I should have told you right in the beginning, it is a really good idea to keep a piece of paper and a pen with you when you're enjoying the party, because then you can jot down whatever you need. Actually, let me see. I think I'm going to go this direction. Uh, 4 1/4, I think, is what I need. Okay, and then 4 inches. Okay, so 4 inches by 4 1/4. Okay, because this is going to go across our card like this. We don't have to be scared about cutting our Designer Series paper. Okay, that's what it's meant. That's what it was created for. It was made for us to cut. And then I'm going to do 2 inches by 5 inches. Maybe I'll do 5 1/4. Okay, and then I am going to take our triple banner punch here and just do a little notch at the bottom. Okay, so that we get a little flag there. Okay, layers, layers, layers. This card is going to have layers. I think that might be all the pieces I need to cut. We will take our trimmer back if we need to. Okay, so let's put it together. My top favorite is this paper. One of my top 4 favorites is this Paper Blooms Designer Series paper with the Rococo Rose. Okay, and I'm just going to center it here. Okay, and then we'll put this layer down. Okay, across the left. Okay, so this paper, again, it's not expected to be available after Saleabration. So after Sunday, it's woohoo, bye-bye. No more. Okay, we've got that. And then when I do a lot of layering, I love vellum. Do you all have a package of the vellum cardstock? Because it's very handy to have. It gives an extra layer without that feeling of heaviness. Okay, so we're putting an extra layer, but it doesn't add, like sometimes too much is too much, you know what I mean? So, but with the vellum, it gives the extra layer, it gives the extra artistic effect without the heaviness of another color. Okay, can you see that? So I just punched out a 2 1/4 inch circle. Okay, and then I am going to adhere our lovely blooms to it. Okay, so I think I'm going to use dimensionals to give them a little lift. If I can find my dimensionals on my table. Okay. I might need another drink again. I've been talking a lot. Hang on. Just going to get a drink. Put my mug on my table, which is kind of a dumb idea because my table is really crowded right now. Okay. Okay, there we go. We've popped those up, and now we're going to put our little tiny green ones. Do you remember we cut out that soft sea foam? Okay, so I'm going to take a glue dot and put that on. Okay, isn't it fun to see this card come together? It's absolutely great. Very great thinking of Stampin' Up! To use the paper as a freebie and that it coordinates with an already existing item, the In Bloom bundle. And the dies are a must-have. They are so sweet, these dies. Okay, see that? Okay, so there we go, that's that. It's coming together, it's coming together. When you're doing more layered cards, it takes a little longer. And that's the great thing about stamping or paper crafting. You can do as much or as little as you want, right? So there's no hard and fast rule that says you have to make it 5 layers, 4 layers, 3 layers. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to put this on here, but I can't help myself. I'm going to stamp. Yay, because I love stamping. I'm going to pick one of these tiny little blooms here. I think this one looks kind of fun. Okay, this little star bloom. Okay, yes. Yeah, see, I think the vellum is really nice. It adds another layer without adding another layer, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then we'll use the soft sea foam. And I'm just going to stamp, whoops, I'm just going to stamp. It makes it more fun here. Okay, so I re-ink in between so that the intensity of the ink. Okay, so I just kind of created a little bit of a background. And then I'll glue it onto our Night of Navy piece. Okay, and I'm just going to lay that on our card here. Okay. I've been using seal adhesive, and it's pretty strong and fairly easy to use, so that's good. Okay, I think we can pop that up now. Hello, dimensional. How many times during this party? It should be a drinking game. How many times, just every time Genevieve says, "Where are my dimensionals?" take a drink. Okay, we could do that for the next Stampin' Up! Party. For the next Facebook party. Turn it into a drinking game. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then let's do our sentiment up here. Okay, Kathy's asking an error. Is that the error in the Saleabration brochure? Okay, let me show you again. Saleabration brochure shows the free paper blooms paper, free with 60. That part's correct. Right here, it says coordinates with Pretty Perennials bundle, and that's incorrect. It coordinates with the In Bloom bundle. It coordinates with the In Bloom bundle. You can see, like, the sentiments are from the In Bloom stamp set. Okay? So, and I think these dies are also the In Bloom dies. That's right, a drinking game with Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper. For me, it would be Grape Pop. I really like Grape Pop. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this on here. I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to do the congrats, you're so fancy now. could not be wine. No, we couldn't, because then our card would really be lopsided. Then maybe we wouldn't want to give it to people, or people would know that we would be spending our pandemic days drinking. No, we're spending our pandemic days creating beautiful things. Okay, so let's, we could do the You Are Amazing. I think I'm going to do the Congrats one. I love Grape Pop, but I don't have it very often. I think that's why I love it. It's like a special drink. If I've worked particularly hard, I might go out and get one, or sometimes after a stamp camp, I'll get one. Okay, so, and I'm going to stamp it with the Knight of Navy. Okay. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Knight of Navy on the Seaside Spray. Okay, I was a little off on the, but still, I think it'll work. Let's do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. Let's see if I can get it more centered. That's a little better. Okay, and then I'm going to close this ink pad before I stick my elbow in it. Let's see. Yep, I can just put it up here. I think maybe I'll flag the ends a little bit. Should have used my trimmer. This looks very not straight. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, pop those dimensionals. I think the card seems a little fancy just because of all the layers. I'm telling you, I haven't even put any embellishment on. I could, I think. Probably put some pearls on. But I don't think it has to have any. Okay, so there are our projects for the party. Have I covered every Saleabration item? Not yet, I don't think. Okay, so Darling Donkey card, Heal Your Heart card. So it's kind of like, maybe this would be beginner, casual, avid. I love the dies on that. Okay, yes. And then we've got the Oso Ombre paper on my scrapbook page. Okay. Oh, yes, Susan's asking about, okay, so the key with stamping, why I get such a clean image, is I am literally just tapping. It does depend how juicy the ink pad is, but you don't want to get ink on the edges. You just want the ink on the actual stamp part. And then the other reason why you might get edges is if you're pushing too hard on the ink pad, and also when you're going down, okay, if you rock, like if you rock the stamp, you're more likely to get edges as well. Okay, so you really just need to remember to go straight down, straight up. Okay, so let's review here. Did I cover? No, I didn't show touch of text, touch of ink. I showed you samples, so let's make sure we covered everything here. Okay, we did the paper blooms. We did Darling Donkeys, all free with a $60 order. I showed you samples with Approaching Perfection. We did Oso Ombre. I showed you samples with the Corner Bouquet. I stamped with Heal Your Heart. I showed you samples with Flower and Field. Okay, these are all free exclusive items during Saleabration. This is the only one, Touch of Ink. It didn't make my top 4, so I won't be stamping with it. But I think I have some swap card samples, okay? So I can show you those. Here we go, Touch of Ink sample right there. There's another one. It's a 2-step stamp, so you stamp the outline, and then you can stamp the inside. And then this one. Okay, so let me tell you, I think this is Selena, Team Stick Girl, yep. This is a swap card from Selena, isn't that pretty? And this one is from, who's this? Amy Story from Texas. And then this one, Oh, it's Rebecca Wheeler. Rebecca, are you still on? I'm showing off your card. I saw that you hopped on earlier. Okay, so these are some swap card samples using the Touch of Ink stamp. So Touch of Ink, it is a more comprehensive stamp set, so it's free with a 120 order. But just remember, just during this party, you can get double rewards. Okay, and then we did the berry blessing. I guess that's it. I talked about the host exclusive, so all you have to do is pencil your party date in with me, and I can reserve that for you. Or you can go ahead and collect orders from friends as long as they're $3.75 or over. Or if you want to be a party on your own, then you can get that Punch Party stamp set free. And I talked about, yes, I did talk about joining the fun of the Team Stick Stampers and the Stampin' Up! Family. There's absolutely no risk to this. I know sometimes people have some concerns because there's this thought that if I buy the starter kit, then I have to have parties and I have to sell the product, and that is not true. So that's just a myth. You're welcome to join and enjoy the discount for yourself and shop for yourself with the discount. You don't have to hold parties, but if you do want to, or if you want to find a way to earn extra money, maybe to pay a bill, I can certainly help you with that because I've been a demonstrator for over 13 years. I've also earned several incentive trips. This is now my first full-time job, so I have a lot of tips and tricks I've learned along the way that I'm happy to share with my team members. So you'll also be getting that benefit as well when you join. Okay, so that is our Saleabration party. Just a reminder that I have these party perks just until the Saturday. But the early bird special, if you do place an order, is that you will get the pre-cut card pieces to create these cards. Okay, so I will pre-cut everything. I'll include any little ribbons or anything like that. You will just need to use your own stamps and ink. Okay, and then after the party, after today, so the party doesn't end until Saturday, but today I will post the supply list for these four projects just so you know what items I used and if you want to add it to your shopping list or your starter kit list. Okay, and then finally, I don't know if I mentioned, one of the big perks of purchasing the starter kit is getting to order things ahead of time and play with things ahead of time. So there is a product coming out next month called Butterfly Brilliance. It's a stamp set and some gorgeous DSP. Look at that. Okay, and our team $7 make and takes for the Team Stick Stampers will be using this new product suite. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you get the starter kit. The link is in the announcements, or I think people find it a lot easier if you just message me and I'll kind of walk you through and help you through it. Okay, so we will keep in touch. Let me know if you have any questions. Even if you're watching this replay, don't be shy. Go ahead and share the video, because when you share this live video, you'll be entered for a chance to win the Press On stamp set. But you have to let me know you shared, because otherwise I won't know and I can't enter you in the draw. Okay, and don't forget at the top that there is a door prize form. So you can fill out the door prize form and you might get a chance to win this sweet sampler stamp set. So that is our main party part for today. Let me flip this over, hopefully without making any of you dizzy. Oh, hey chick, right? Thank you, Kathy. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I don't know where my Hey Chick info is. I'll have to post it for you later, Kathy. There is something going. Oh, I should show you my upcoming class stuff, speaking of that. Okay, so upcoming classes, speaking of Hey Chick, the Hey Birthday Chick will be the feature stamp set for the Sweet and Simple class. Okay, and here's a little sneak peek of one of the cards that we'll be doing in Sweet and Simple for March. So if you want to register for any of my March classes, use this link, the bit.ly/stampinforfunmarch. Okay, I'll have to send you the Hey Chick info. I'll post it later for you. Okay, because there's coordinating dies. And then don't forget Party Perk. If you do register to be a Stampin' for Fun club member, here's a sample of the cards we made in Technique class that my club members got to enjoy. Okay, like an interlocking gatefold here. Oh, this little dragonfly's wings. Okay. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff that we do in club. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of Oso Ombre papers to give away, so I'd love you to join in. Okay, so let me flip this around. Okay. Great. I hope you got some awesome ideas, Joanne. I'm so happy. So officially the party ends on Saturday. I do have the early bird special, but I'll try to pop on because today's only Tuesday. So we'll see. I might have some time to maybe throw in some mystery stamping or something fun before the party ends on Saturday. But I'll keep an eye open and try and answer questions as they go along. And don't forget, you can shop directly on my online store or you can message me and I'll help you out. Thanks. That's all for this afternoon. Bye for now.